I did another unprompted reading for my cousin's bird. I'm starting to suspect this is going to become a reoccurring thing. On Christmas Day, we had dinner at our family's. As soon as I walked in the door, my cousin said, "I need you to talk to the blue bird." He said, "Sapphire has been agitated all week. He's trying to tell us something, and I don't know what he needs." I will actually be featuring Sapphire in a video post and a photo post in the coming months. So after dinner, I sat in the dining room by myself to tune into Sapphire. And the first thing that Sapphire showed me was an image of what I thought it looked like a dog or some kind of wolf. But the more I thought about it, a coyote made a lot more sense. And the visual was very brief. When I shared that with my cousin, he said, "Yes, we are aware that there have been coyotes in the area. They saw one on the drive to school the other day." So Sapphire was just warning them to be careful. Now, when I asked Sapphire what was agitating him or what he was upset about this week, I received this visual. Now, when I get my visuals, I typically close my eyes and I can see the images behind the back of my eyelids. So the image was of me if I was in the bird cage with the birds and I was fully submerged in a pool of water. That was kind of an uncomfortable feeling for me because I don't know how to swim, and being submerged in water is not something I would typically want to do. So I actually opened up my eyes pretty quickly when I was doing that reading. Now, when I asked Sapphire what he meant by being submerged in the pool, he said he wanted to take a bath. He wanted to take a dip. He wanted to go swimming. Essentially, he wanted to be clean. So when I went back to my cousin and the family, I asked, "Do you guys ever put a bathtub in the bird cage for the birds? Or do you maybe spray them with a water bottle to help them stay clean?" And they said, "Yes, we actually have a bathtub that attaches to the cage." I said, "That's great. That's wonderful." And I said, "Where is it right now?" And they said, "Oh, it's already attached." So I walked over to the cage and I looked, and it was hooked up, but it was completely empty, completely dry. So I asked Sapphire's mom, I said, "Do you guys refill the water daily?" And she said, "No, not usually." And she also mentioned that when they replace the water for drinking, sometimes Sapphire will go bathe in the drinking water instead. And I said, "Do you change the drinking water every day?" And she said, "Yeah." And I said, "But not the bath water." And she said, "No." And I said, "To me, it means that he wants clean water. So make sure you're changing the bath water daily too." So the lesson here is, if you are going to do something special for your animal, for their quality of life, or some kind of enrichment for them, just make sure you're following through. Buy a bird bath, make sure you're filling it with water. To learn more about readings that I've done, make sure to like and follow for more. Oh, and don't forget, say hi to your parakeets for me.